It is very early morning, May 14th. Let's do an update on Bitcoin's chart. We'll take a look at a couple different time frames on the spot chart. We'll take a look at the futures chart. We'll take a look at what the spot Bitcoin ETF products did yesterday. And we'll, of course, take a look at the stock market as well. I'm doing this very early morning today because I have to be on a client site very early, far away. So anyway, here we are. Now, yesterday, we had a bounce off of this line of support that we highlighted as a key area we needed to try to bounce off of at $103,000, really $103,000. And as of right now, we are trying to hold this bottom line of this large ascending wedge that we've been in. If we hold this, yeah, we could continue to go higher, but I do want to point out to people that after this run upwards, this is a spinning top candle. This is a reversal candle. It is showing to us that there is a higher risk of this bullish trend ending and there being a bearish trend, right? It doesn't need to happen. It's just one of those tea leaves to read. At the same time, the regular RSI, the relative strength index, it did flash an overbought signal, but not entirely overbought. And also the RSI is a little bit of an early indicator, meaning it'll flash overbought and then price can actually continue a little bit higher before things start to correct. But at that same point, the relative strength index on the futures chart for Bitcoin, as you can note by there being a gap here on the chart, is not in overbought territory. And typically you like to see indicators like the RSI and the stochastic RSI both be aligned on both the spot chart and on the future chart, and we don't have that just yet. But again, we are at an heightened risk of us maybe being at a local top, even though we could still move forward. And again, do be aware that there's a bearish gap here all the way down at $92,000. We don't need to fill that at any given point in time. It could be a year from now, but this is close to current price action. We are starting to see some signs of potentially a local top. But if Bitcoin can bounce off that bottom line of its of its ascending wedge, which when coming back to the spot chart, zoom in on the 4-hour time frame, you can see we are riding along right here. If this does hold as support, Bitcoin could continue to try to move higher before running into more resistance, starting in between that 106,000 from resistance from the past, all the way up to really, you can't see it here, but almost $108,000, right? That's the next major chunk of resistance. Now, taking a look at the spot Bitcoin ETF products from yesterday, we had outflows of $91.4 million. Really, really low. When I say low volumes, I mean absolute zero, right? That's not necessarily the volumes, but zero outflows, zero inflows doesn't mean there was zero volume. $91.4 million of outflows